Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Epithet Erased, Prison of Plastic Chapter 1. Now, I originally wanted to hold off on watching this because it's going to come out in book format, and I really wanted to wait for that because it's going to be amazing, and basically I was very, very hyped, which is also why I'm completely losing all willpower in watching this now, because I want more, man. I need it. Speaking of, I was also looking around, and within the last day, Epithet Erased also put out a I Want It That Way official dub. Not sure why it's official, because I'm pretty sure that's a bit from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But more importantly, when I was scrolling down, there's a pinned comment that says, support Epithet Erased on Kickstarter for more books, songs, and fully animated episodes. Support for fully animated episodes. I mean, I heard there was a possibility the Kickstarter would go so well that this would be a thing, and it is. I was looking into this because I didn't want to be disappointed to find out, nah, they're still not doing that. But I'm not, because it is, and that's the thing, and basically, heck yeah. I don't care if it's season 2, I don't care if it's just random shorts they do. It's more Epithet Erased, man. Heck yeah. So all the same, you guys know the deal. Link below, original videos, hit it up. Support Jello Apocalypse, he's amazing. He does great stuff, and they're usually just fun, creative, zany, insane, and very colorful. So yeah, like I said, he does great stuff. Hit him up. And when you're done, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's get started. And first up, we're going to be looking at I Want It That Way. This is original art by Calico B. Oh, cool name. And yeah, this is probably why I think it's going to be a 9-9 reference, because yeah, they all are lined up. We got the entire interrogation room. They're probably going to start singing Backstreet Boys. More importantly, they said this is official though. What the hell are they going to do? Like, it's not just an audio swap. I'm wondering if they're going to switch something out. Let's find out.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall.
Oh,
so
it's
I didn't
because
see
it's the
their
actual
face,
characters.
But I heard them. They were singing along to the music at the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
Oh my.
I believe it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar. Okay. Number 1, could you sing the opening part to I Want It That Way?
Oh my.
Really? Okay.
Oh my god, they made Ramsey. Okay. I was kind of wondering why they switched around who's doing the interview and who's the victim, but sure, why not? But Ramsey in here, like, I saw the others. I saw Zora because sure, why not? But Ramsey getting to sing Backstreet Boys. I think this day just got 100% better because this is hilarious.
You are my fire.
Number 2, keep it going.
Oh my
The
god.
one desire.
What happens if they don't remember?
3,
Believe when I say.
number 4.
I want it that way.
I'm sorry, I just need a second. I've seen this clip. I've seen videos doing alterations of the clip. I've seen Moonshine Animations do his own complete skit with this. But for some reason, just doing the audio for all of the Epithet Erased characters in character singing out the lines, and then you get to Giovanni, he's like, yeah, he knows it. He's enjoying it. Like that little smirk, it makes it so perfect.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heart.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Tell me why.
I just wanted to hear it. It's gonna be 5 that did the murder, right?
Now number 5.
I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that line. It's horrible, but we all know it's coming. We've seen the original. But I think I know why they made Percy the person who is pulling the straight line. It was like, number 5, kill my brother. Because there's no way Percy, in character especially, could ever pull off this level of what the fuckery. But just that straight line of, oh, no, this is awesome, this is funny. We gotta have a very straight moment. Percy's great as the straight man, and it just plays out here perfectly as a choice.
I forgot about that part.
You see this too, right? I mentioned that they're going to do animated episodes if the Kickstarter goes high enough. And there's the line right there. They're working on 250 right now, it seems like, at least the time this video came out. And 450K, which is a lot, but considering in a single day they blew past the 100,000 mark, yeah, this might take, it probably already is funded. Actually, I'm fully expecting this already funded, but yeah, 150K, fully animated OVA of Epithet Erased. Oh, hell yes. And next up, we have an excerpt from Chapter 1 of Epithet Erased,
guys?
Prison of Plastic.
Did you find something weird?
Trixie called back.
Kinda.
Audio is subject to change.
Trixie and Feeney trotted over, excited to see what Molly had found.
And that's Jello, also his
Molly
character.
had found a dead body.
Oh, I remember
Or
this
at
one.
least
Yeah, that's the
what
end
it
of the first
appeared to be.
season.
The
Fish
man was
out of
lying
water.
face down in the sand. The most noticeable thing about the body, aside from it appearing dead, was its bizarre hair. It was a deep neon purple.
No. Not that there's a problem with saying bizarre hair deep neon purple is normally a thing, but Molly has literal stars in her hair. There's an eye patch over top of her hair that seems to stick. I'm hoping the bells don't grow out of it, but honestly, with all the crazy shit we've seen, no one here has any right to complain about crazy hair. Like, look at this. Just on the sheer volume alone, this is something that you grow out over the course of like a decade of never cutting your hair, which, okay, if she's apparently the richest girl in the world, she could probably afford that, because it would probably take paying people to keep that thing from like literally falling apart and causing a brush fire. I'm not sure if that's a thing. My wife has told me that apparently when her hair got very long like that, there were weird things that happened. I have never done that, but I've been told that is a concern. I don't know if she was pulling my leg.
Purple with bright red strands coming out from a part in the top like seaweed.
Oh,
almost
that-
as though some sort
that's
of
not a hat.
poisonous deep sea
I thought
creature
it was just a
was
weird hat.
nestling on its head.
Are you sure he's...
Oh, getting the credits
Feeney
as well.
shivered. Molly fiddled her boots together.
I don't
Fiddle
know.
boots?
Well, did you ask?
Molly looked
You ask
down
a
at
dead
the
body?
He didn't say. Neat.
Trixie smiled.
I call the brain.
Oh, God.
Feeney whipped out her phone so fast that it almost flew into the water. Trixie put her
Done that.
sweater
It
flipper
sucks.
on Feeney's shoulder.
Hang on. Why? We should see if he has any stuff first. Like a wallet. Or a brain.
And little cannibal, who is Molly's friend. You know, when they said there's one brain cell between them, I think they're wrong. Obviously, she ate the rest of them. I love this.
Trixie
I love how
ignored
insane
Feeney's
she is.
good-natured protests and leaned down to inspect
Best
the corpse.
character.
She picked up a nearby stick and lifted up the edge of the body to inspect it like a mechanic checking under a car. There were a number of nudibranchs stuck to the man's underside, attempting to use him as a hat.
What?
Well, I did say weirdest or funniest.
Trixie sighed. She handed the lip balm up to Molly without looking.
You win.
Suddenly, the body sputtered to life like an old lawnmower, coughing loudly. A nudibranch shot out of its windpipe and fell back into the sea. It shouted at them. Win! All three girls screamed.
Dead body's alive! Run away!
The body screamed back. Shrieked Feenika. The body flipped around to look back.
I'm pretty sure this is exactly where the animation for season 1 cut. And already I love this. Just Fenica, okay. Or is it Fenica? Whatever. I just heard the name and I already forgot it. Damn it. Still, she's freaking out about him being a zombie and she's literally going, brains, twice already. Oh my
Behind
God. Yeah.
Zombie?
Only brain cell is Molly.
It tossed out a hand as if throwing a tennis ball. Molly was the only one who noticed, but for just a second, something like a little black string appeared from the body's hand.
Oh.
Then it vanished, like ink dissipating in seawater, disappearing as quickly as it came. The body looked at its palm. Exclaimed the body.
That's not good.
This guy's not a zombie.
Trixie shrugged.
Is that
He has
showing that he just
skin.
lost access to a power?
He's clearly some kind of squid vampire. A squidpire. Or maybe a baby Cthulhu.
Aha! I am afraid you are mistaken.
He's so
The man stood up.
Chuny.
I am no undead creature. I am a famous and powerful wizard. Behold!
The wizard.
They're doing that over-the-top voice with someone claiming to be a wizard? Jello, I just want to thank you for the casting choice here. This is perfect. I'm sorry. It's like, I knew I wanted this already just because I enjoy Molly's characterization and I'm sure everyone else will be great. But I didn't realize I would love this guy already. That is so stupid and over the top and ridiculous. And it's like, it's so non-serious that I want to hear more. This is great.
Turned and cast his hand out towards the sea dramatically, over and over again,
And did
as
nothing?
though he were flinging a series of invisible frisbees. He grunted loudly with each toss. If any spells were happening, the girls couldn't see them. They stared at the man.
Did he lose access to a
He was
power?
about 20-something years old, which to a group of 12-year-olds was the same as being 40. The self-proclaimed wizard had a dusky complexion with an undertone of ash coloring his skin, as well as a pair of jet-black sunglasses atop his pointed nose. He wore a purple jacket that might have looked snazzy once, but now it was dulled and crisscrossed with patches, including a heart-shaped patch over his right breast, the wrong side. The ramshackle jacket combined with the red fingerless gloves he wore gave him the appearance of a drifter or some strange purple hobo who might travel by boxcar. They wouldn't be all that surprised to see a bindle wash up on shore next to him.
Okay, gonna lose some credit on this one. What's a bindle? Like, I legitimately don't know. I know it's probably one of those things where like a bag, like on a stick. Yeah, okay. It's probably in the old cartoony things or old-timey pics. Whenever you had the hobo walking on the train tracks with a stick, and at the very end of it would be a napkin or some other type of cloth carrying their possessions all tied up on the end. Something like that, probably. Unless I'm completely wrong. Also, just looking at him, he looks pretty ramshackle. But hearing that description, wow. Magician hobo.
Well,
He turned back to
Prohibition?
them.
it seems that my
Ocean?
magic is in less than top form today. Must be some kind of surface interference from the surface world.
Phoenica's
What?
eyes lit up. She stepped out from behind the safety of her friends.
Magic?
She chirped.
You say that you're magic?
Oh no, she
Of
believes it.
course I'm magic! What kind of self-respecting wizard isn't?
He flicked some seaweed off of his face.
She believes
This
this?
is most fortuitous indeed!
Oh, yeah. People kept telling me she's basically a precious little cinnamon bun with very low intelligence stat or wisdom stat. I mean, on the one hand, this is literally a place where magic words are a thing. And this girl is literally going gaga over the guy who does obviously fake things. So I'm assuming, because how people explain to me his power works, is he gets friends. And when someone says they're not a friend, he loses it. I'm assuming he lost a bunch of friends. And just... This is someone who is going to lose money to a very obvious scam of saying, hey, if you give me $50, I'll give you $100 million. And then they give them $100 million to see what happens. Gosh darn, she's cute though.
I am Phoenica Felicity the 15th of the Felicity lineage. Perhaps you have heard of us?
What?
No!
The wizard grinned.
Wait, which lineage?
Fortuitous indeed! I am Phoenica Felicity the 15th of the Felicity lineage.
Felicity.
Perhaps you
Oh,
have heard
yeah,
of us?
sheep.
No!
The wizard grinned.
Nope.
Phoenica seemed unbothered by this and politely returned his smile.
Well,
Oh,
my
low
family has
intelligence
been
stat. She's a
around since
sheep. She
ancient
fall. Oh,
times.
yeah.
Every few generations,
Makes
we are
sense.
fated to do battle with an ancient witch. And the only way we can defeat her is by bringing together a group of magical girls. I have currently assembled 3 magical girls, and I'm on the lookout for 2 more. If we cannot find them, then it may be the end of the...
Oh my god, is she basically just Sailor Mooning this? I can't tell if she's obviously bullshitting because magic's real here, or it's like, I want to see now, later on in the book, and hopefully an adaptation to OVA, where just this comes up with her dad going, mistakes were made telling her about that story. I just love this. It's so over the top.
The world! Would you and or someone you know be interested?
He's not a magical girl,
you
though.
say.
The wizard looked over the trio with renewed interest. His eyes danced behind his sunglasses.
Oh god,
The
he's so
lenses were
unintentionally
inky
creepy.
black, but somehow his eyes themselves shone brightly through the darkness.
Okay, that's
like
cool.
a candle in a tunnel, or a demon watching you sleep from some hidden
He's so
corner of
unintentionally
your room.
creepy, yeah.
Do you have any special powers?
Oh
I can
God.
make Neato potions.
Trixie offered.
Yes, but those aren't real.
Finica stepped in front of her.
So, more magical girls would really be appreciated.
I'm assuming everything she just said is real, and she actually doesn't believe it. Because if anything she said is true, I love this. You're establishing so much of her character so fast. His character established as being someone who's super unintentionally creepy. You see, basically Vincent Price voicing it. Oh, that's why his voice reminds me of the old horror film style of our Hammer films, where you have the villain talking in drawn out, intentionally robust voices. Like that. I'm also downplaying how over the top some of those voices went. Like when you check out any Vincent Price thing or Bela Lugosi, you can hear some of the great voice acting that's over the top and cheesy, but in an intentionally cheesy way. It's like when you get a voice actor and you tell them to be cheesy, and then they outdo what you can imagine because they're really damn good at being really damn bad intentionally. And this voice reminds me of that. It sounds like a Hammer horror villain who's just playing it up and loving every second of it. And I love it. And then there's just this little sheep-covered cinnamon roll. I can see why Molly's referred to as the only brain cell in the group.
Hey, my potions are too real, and you can't do magic either, so what do you know?
She has money. That is
Finica
magic.
stammered.
I may not be magic exactly.
Money.
But that's okay. You don't need to be magic to be a magical girl.
Yes, you do.
By definition, do.
Unless you
Trixie
have
frowned.
Iron Man power,
No,
which is
not
money.
True. Technically, real magical girl powers only manifest when the time truly calls for it. The
Like a
time
credit card?
just hasn't called for it yet.
I'm
That's
gonna have fun
all.
with this joke.
The most important requirement is that you are pure of heart.
She turned to the wizard.
Would you consider yourself
Um,
to be pure of heart?
I don't think two of these people would up
He
there.
barked. There was an extremely long, awkward
Trixie was
pause.
asking about
The
brain
wizard
eating.
grinned at them silently, like a glitched character in a video game. Face unmoving, eyes unblinking. Molly was the one to break the silence.
Okay, I know I already said he really just everything about Rick Shades here is so over the top creepy, like unintentionally creepy. Just describing him as an unmoving, unblinking video game character who glitched. I just love that actual bit of description there. I don't think I've ever heard someone describing a physical attribute or lack of movement that way. It's really cool to hear something original like that. 2, it is really creepy just to see someone not move. Like every time someone's usually in person, there's always some kind of little movement. No one really holds perfectly still. There's breathing, so your chest swells and contracts as your lungs do. You move around a bit, you switch around, you always just have a little bit of movement. No one is completely still. So describing him as holding completely still is, on a visceral way, creepy as hell. Because association and contamination is how brains make, well, a lot of unintentional decisions. So if you see someone who's not moving, it stands out as abnormal. And since the brain immediately associates that with possible danger, possible contamination, possible dead, you get afraid of it. I'm very much oversimplifying that entire concept. But the general principle is more or less accurate. So the fact that he would just freeze up, not move, that is probably the creepiest way you could describe any behavior he had.
She had been hanging in the back watching this strange man like a hawk from the beginning. He was weird and way too friendly and probably like 40 years old. Gross! This
I'll do
was
a 12-year-old.
exactly the kind of person Street Smarts for Kids had warned them about. She grabbed her friends by the hand
Great
and began
reference.
dragging them away from the beach.
Yes, probably right too.
We have a class, so we have to go now. Bye!
Wait!
They can barely believe it.
Hold on a moment there!
The wizard called.
If we are indeed both magic, then it would be best for us to stay in touch, don't you think?
Oh my
His
god.
lanky stride caught up to them almost immediately.
That makes sense to me.
No, it
He
doesn't.
beamed.
Feeny!
She's
Molly
such a
hissed.
sheep.
Very well!
The stranger bellowed.
My name is Rick Shades. Would you like to
He extended his gloved hand to Finica.
So bad.
be my friend?
I heard this clip already in that little teaser Jello put out a few days ago, or okay, maybe a week ago now. And it was just weird hearing how "be my friend" sounded so ominous. And then you hear it here in context, it's like, yeah, no, this is so much worse. One, love the voice acting. It's great. It's really just great. I'm probably not going to comment on it much because every single person is doing a great job at it. But I really just love that line of "be my friend." Like, he didn't even have to do that little ominous laugh at the end. It's not even creepy anymore. It's gone over from creepy to actively malicious, which the joke, of course, being, at least as far as it's been explained to me so far, his power relies on people saying they are his friends, so him wanting to do it is literally just self-serving. But he's not being intentionally malicious. He just gets something out of them saying those words. But he's so uncharismatic. It sounds so much worse. It's like if you hear someone say this in any other tone, it'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm your friend. But with the way he said it, it's almost like, okay, you know what? I was going to say that just to get you to shut up, and now I'm actively going to avoid saying these words forever. I love it.
Something was wrong about the way he held out his arm.
Yeah.
It had an unusual weight to it, as if it was traveling in slow motion, like a car in bullet time just before an accident.
Good time.
Feeny deliberated.
Feeny!
Molly reached out to stop her, but it was too late. The moment that Phoenica grabbed the wizard's hand, the sky tore open like blue construction paper. Beyond the sky was nothing. Nothing after nothing came bursting out. With a crack and a bang, a bolt of pure black lightning speared down, striking their handshake in a flash of cold, dark light. Black electricity crackled across their fingertips, dancing like spider legs until it spun itself together into a single string.
But doesn't she not have power?
The string wriggled and writhed. Then, all of a sudden, stretched out as taut as an arrow. One end of the arrow shot out and pierced through Phoenica's heart. The other end speared the wizard's chest as an elated smile broke across his face like a fissure in the earth. His eyes turned as black as his sunglasses. They glowed as he flung back his head, cackling like a maniac in triumph.
The pact is sealed!
Really? You're even saying pact?
Anyways, it's nice to meet you.
He smiled.
I just...
Blink. The world was back to normal.
It's so over the top, I love it.
Clear blue. Distant, cheerful families could be heard laughing upwind on the beach. The wizard's eyes weren't glowing anymore, and Phoenica no longer had a charcoal spear through her tiny chest.
What? Did that actually just...
I'm sorry, I just like all of the reaction. The first one is Molly just going, what? I want to hear that again. Just like over the top lightning and spearing and friends getting eviscerated and crazy magic black lightning eyes and literal effects of nature and then nothing.
Charcoal spear through her tiny chest.
What? Did that actually just happen?
No!
Said the wizard, removing his hand from
Who wants
Phoenica and
next?
pointing it towards the others.
Who else wants to be friends?
Nope.
Molly and Trixie both took a step back in unison, dragging Feeny along with them like a rag doll.
Feeny, are you okay?
Molly stammered.
Oh, why, she's more than okay.
The wizard grinned.
She has a new friend. Me, Rick Shades, wizard extraordinaire.
Oh my god.
Trixie
Nothing.
demanded.
Why, nothing at all.
Just
she
technically
just
speared
helped me
her.
regain a little bit of my magic.
He lifted his finger and it crackled with black lightning, making...
Oh yeah, he would get access to anyone's power, and since technically everyone has a word, but not everyone knows it because it's really hard. Okay, yeah. One of the theories people told me is that everyone has a word, so there's really no difference between people with and without. It's just some people never learn their words because they just never hear it because they're weird. Like soup would be simple because you would eventually hear it, like Giovanni. But then some people would have words that you've never even heard in a million years, and maybe words that you've never even thought to think of. Like really, really weird ones, like vor. And dear God, I'm going to pretend no one knows what that is because it's much safer that way from my head. And I apologize to everyone who actually understood what that reference was, and I regret having said it. But more importantly, yeah, he would get a power out of that if that technical aspect is true. Because he wouldn't rely on them knowing it, would rely on him knowing it. Okay, maybe wizard makes more sense. Still, though, I love this. I just love it. It's just so over the top.
a noise like static.
And I'm not going to say anything about how he just penetrated a little girl. That is really fucked up.
Molly had briefly spotted before, but larger this time. More
She got
erratic
better.
and wild.
After all, that's what friends are for.
Why is that so creepy?
Magic away?
Molly frowned.
I had magic to steal?
Phoenica blinked.
Oh no.
So I am a magical girl?
Wow, she actually wants to be his friend now.
Oh, no, nothing like that. Seeing as we are bosom companions, I suppose I can tell you how this works. My epithet.
I'm trying to formulate a way to say this in a way that YouTube won't have issues with. There are phrases you do not use with little girls who are 12. Bosom companions is one of them. One, it's creepy to start with, and it's such an old-timey phrase that you're either in the Victorian era and are usually either the maid or an overly privileged child. Not a woman, just a child. It could go either side. Usually someone who has more money than sense. Because literally no one who is actually an adult, even in the Victorian area, would say that. And if they did, I am losing all faith in humanity. Please do not correct me. If the big twist about him is he's an actual wizard, and he is actually as old as that turn of phrase sounds, I'm actually going to like that. That would actually be a really cool twist.
That is soulmates.
A crackle of black lightning echoed behind him to accentuate
Like
his
a lack
reveal.
of soul.
Oh, goodness.
Phoenica blushed.
We're soulmates now?
Oh no.
Yes!
My. And here I spent my entire evening working late into the night decorating that new marriage binder for the
Oh, wow. I forgot about the marriage binder thing. Because she had a thing for Dr. Beefton, which technically she wouldn't be aware of. She would just know his other version. But still, I find it funny to refer to him as Beefton because it's just more hilarious to me. I guess she's quite fickle, and suddenly people saying they're soulmates and thinking that means the more romantic side, where honestly his actually makes sense because it's more soul and then mate without being soulmates as one word. Mate in more of the Australian or British sense where it's like, hey mate, how you doing mate? I can't do accents. That's why that one failed horribly. And not just because I can't do accents at all. Well, actually, no, by the way, it would be both regardless. Yeah, mate as in friend as opposed to person you will spend your life with.
museum sheep boy. Oh well, if it's a wizard husband that fate hands me, then a wizard husband I shall have.
Oh my god.
Trixie wrinkled her
She might
nose
want to
and
not
stuck out
be...
her
Oh
tongue.
god, she's probably fine with it.
He's like 40.
Okay, wow, and also ouch.
Rick said.
First of all, I'm a dashing young guppy of but 20 years. Second, my power has nothing to do with romantic soulmates. It simply means that I keep my
You might be
mates
safer running away
in
from her,
my
dude.
soul. I carry my friends with me in my heart. Literally. Here, let me show you.
What?
Phoenica, my best surface friend. Tell me,
Surface?
what can you do?
Molly leaned in to whisper.
Credit card.
Beanie, don't tell him stuff about you. Remember what street smarts for kids taught us?
I don't think it helped her.
Street smarts only warned us about strangers. Mr. Rick is no stranger. He's my friend.
He's stranger than most.
Lightninged about it.
Yes, I am a friend!
Rick screamed.
Trust me!
Okay.
Oh my god,
Feeny
it's so
smiled.
bad.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I am quite adept at schoolwork.
Schoolwork! Yes!
He leaned over to them.
What is that?
Molly tilted her head like a puppy.
You don't know what schoolwork is? Lucky.
Trixie grumbled.
Okay, just flat out. Yeah, Trixie has a point there. Lucky. 2, this is the second time he's mentioned surface friend and referenced the surface, and he came out of the ocean. I thought he was just being his own form of chuny because everyone at Epithet Erased is some form of chuny. Like, significantly chuny. It doesn't always come up, but even Percy had a moment, so I assume that was his. But now I'm wondering if it's an actual thing about this world, that there's more to it than I thought.
Phoenica opened her backpack
I have no
and
idea.
produced some of that night's homework along with an erasable pen. She handed them to Rick.
Oh god, it's actual homework.
Please. This is language arts homework. There are a number of example sentences here. You're supposed to circle all the words with spelling or grammar mistakes.
Ah, yes! Schoolwork. On my own, this challenge for 7th graders may prove too much for me. But with the power of soulmates, anything is possible.
I'm not touching this one.
A staticky noise filled the air.
But he's actually using a power for
glowing
schoolwork.
light leaked out from behind the heart-shaped patch on Rick's jacket, and a matching black heart appeared on Phoenica's chest. Rick's eyes blanked out and roared with an unholy fire. He picked up the pen and, as if in a trance, began writing with a knowledge that was not his own.
I before E, except after C, or when sound...
Okay, I thought they were going to play him off as a joke because obviously there's no way he's actually going to get a power off her because she doesn't have she's not aware of her epithet. It's just schoolwork is a joke because she's an idiot. He can draw knowledge. Which means that is I don't that is, it's powerful when he could just draw someone's epithet, which is how it was explained to me by a lot of people in a lot of comments. But he can draw knowledge. The specific fact he said in the narration, not him being an overtop idiot, but the narrator, Jello himself, in his character, who's like the teacher who hasn't really appeared yet, said he's using knowledge that's not his own. That is terrifying because he could draw so much. For example, remember the worker bee? The guy whose name I cannot seem to remember, but I remember being super impressed with because he got an old man who was then falling in a circle. And just like the previous chapter, like, season? Yeah, let's go season. And how he had no epithet that he was aware of, but he has super high skill. If he can pull epithets as well as knowledge, he might be able to know exactly how he achieved certain feats. And why not just pull physicality from it too? Because at this point, if you could do one, why not do the other? I don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. Just the fact that he's not limited to just epithets means that if he just becomes friends with a bunch of people who know a lot of really important shit, that's just hot damn. That's really damn powerful. Of course, the caveat being this guy is so creepy. You just want to run away from him at every step of the way.
Like A, as in neighbor or way!
He cackled maniacally, a terrible roaring cackle.
I love how she just stands there smiling. It's the perfect image to leave her on for this.
Yes! Yes!
The homework was utterly defeated. It never stood a chance.
Wait a moment.
Phoenica gasped.
You're using someone else's knowledge to do your homework?
Yes.
That's cheating!
No, it's not cheating. You're helping.
No, he used your
Whatever
knowledge
my
to do your homework. So technically you did
I
it.
can do. That's the power of friendship.
He said the word friendship as though it were a poison that he had slipped in someone else's drink.
No!
She protested.
If you are indeed a cheater, pumpkin eater, Rick Shades,
Oh my god.
then I am afraid that I
Say it.
cannot be friends with you!
What? No!
I love this
Thunder
guy.
clapped and roared. The black string that bound Phoenica and Rick by the heart appeared again. He quivered, and then shattered like so many pieces of
She's
glass.
so stupid.
Rick
I
fell
love
to
it, but
his
she's
knees,
super
shaking
innocent
like a
and
wet
cute.
puppy.
And just,
My knowledge.
she's someone who needs people to watch out for her.
It's
Specifically
gone.
Molly.
Wait,
Trixie lowered her eyelid.
your weakness is people not being friends with you?
Yes.
Rick began to cry.
Hell, you
big
can extort him by just having an
tears into
awesome
the
anything.
sand.
Aw,
Molly said.
he's a loser.
Yes.
Trixie squinted.
Yes.
I think we should throw this one back in the ocean.
They probably did before.
Please.
Weep certified weenie Rick Shades.
I can't go back. I used to have so many friends. I used to be so powerful. But now I'm nothing. I'm just a poor wizard with no magic left to his name.
You used to have
Oh,
friends.
you poor dear!
Is she gonna be his friend
Feeny
again?
appeared at his side and patted his back. Tears were as contagious as a yawn for Phoenica, and they were streaming down her cheeks in instant waterfalls.
If you promise me that you will reform your pumpkin-eating ways, then I would be honored to be your friend, Rick Shades.
Finica!
He cried.
My oldest and dearest companion!
Technically accurate, because all the others are gone, so by default, she would be the oldest, because there are no others. Also, I just realized what I absolutely love about his power. Excuse me. It's not that his power is friendship. It's his power is Facebook friends. It's not that you actually are the friend. It's that you have something that you said was making him his friend. It's like, I say you're my friend. I say you're not my friend. Not that they're actually friends. So when he says, I had so many friends, it literally just clicked to me. It's like, oh yeah. A lot of people said they were his friend. And that's why he's treating it as poison, because he literally doesn't know what friendship is. Because for him, it's literally a transaction. So he just thinks saying it is all there is to it. Because for his power, that's all there is. And he's literally fucked in the head. Because he has confirmation bias. I love this. It actually makes sense. His power is broken as fuck. But he is his own weakness because he doesn't understand what the concept he's actually using is. Because his power makes him look at it differently than normal. So he can't actually acknowledge it. Because the act of saying it is what he physically has evidence of. Not actual friendship being a thing that forms a bond. Because he sees a literal bond when people say it. And nothing else will physically connect. Because this is kind of brilliant. It's like it's overpowered. But in a way that is super negated by him being him. On top of just being so hard to be friends with because he's so creepy, but also kind of cool. And then Feeny. I wonder if they have a Feeny call joke in here. They just did a Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke. Please, 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 someone tell me that there is some kind of like Boy Meets World reference where they're just doing a Feeny call for her. That's all I want right now. I just want that.
Thank you. I promise to never cheat on homework for a 7th grader again.
That's all I wanted to hear.
They both wept like idiots
12
and
and 7th
hugged
grade?
as a black
Really?
spear re-pierced their hearts, forging their bond anew.
Ow.
Rick stood up and dusted the sand off of his dirty
Dude, he's
hobo
pierced her
pants.
twice. I really need to phrase that better.
Are either of you two feeling generous enough to be frienders?
No.
Trixie hissed at him like an alley cat.
Safe action.
Come now, don't be that way. I've told you all about my powers, so why don't you tell me all of yours?
Molly's a dumb.
In explicit detail.
Well,
Finica
Oh
offered.
God, really?
only one of us has an epithet.
And we're not going to tell you who it is.
Molly interrupted, using her powers to mute Feeny before she could ruin
Smart
everything.
Molly. Again, the brain cell.
Rick grinned.
No matter. I plan to be friends with all of you soon enough.
It's so creepy.
His head snapped from maniacal cackle to pleasant chat mid-sentence.
I kind of want the wizard to be a thing,
Anyways, you said
just to
something
explain the
about a
eyes.
Winner?
Huh?
A winner! Winning! Something about winning! That's what you said when I first woke up! Let me prove my word.
Wait. He's very heavily physically impacted by his epithet when it's working. And the only person who's even close to that impacted, who that they show a physical attribute whenever it goes on, besides Marin literally breaking, but those are small ones that add up over time because they're lasting. The only person who really builds up that much would be probably Zora because of, well, the patches under her eye being little dials for her ability Sundial. And Rick's ability is way more visible to the fact that when he used it, it literally did an entire global effect, or I guess regional, local effect, whatever, for the actual sky and lightning and his eyes just randomly blazing off. He has probably the most pronounced effect on a passive level without him actually using his ability. When we see his stats, because I'm just going to assume at this point it's going to be funded, and I just want to believe that, and it will happen. I just want to believe it. Let me believe that, please. He's going to have really weird stats where the creativity is super low because he's an idiot. But it's going to have something out there like the sustainability is going to be absurd, or like just the overall power. Like something about it is going to be super powerful. But again, I assume the creativity will be super bad because he's an idiot. Unless the creativity is more on just using powers together, in which case it could be very high. It really depends on how they look at it. I could see them taking it either way. I could see his stats being really heavily developed, especially if he did previously have a lot of people saying they were his friend, because it would give him access to a ton of powers. Huh. Still, though, it's like they're hinting that he's actually way more important, but also introducing him in such a ridiculous way that no one would ever expect it. Really, I love bits like this. And I give Jello enough credit with his entire writing ability that I could see this going either way. I know it's based off an anime campaign he did, but from what I've been told, it's not one-to-one. The anime campaign is exactly what's happening here, so things might be changed up. Also, dialogue, plot, all that stuff, progression. It's considerably well written. I want to see where this goes.
But you guys prove that I'm friend-worthy. Who won something? I bet I could win it better than they did. I'm very good at winning. Then you will think...
Not winning friends.
I think you might need some punch-ups on your friendship speeches.
Molly
Yes.
said.
Winning?
Trixie squinted, trying to figure out what this weirdo was talking about.
Oh, you mean the prizes. We were putting these nudie branks that washed up on shore back in the water. Whoever
What?
finds the weirdest thing and saves the most nudie branks wins a treat.
A treat?
What?
Rick's eyes
I'm sorry, what, Prince?
We were putting these nudie branks that washed up on shore back in the water. Whoever finds the weirdest thing and saves the most nudie branks wins a treat.
A treat?
I'm sorry, did she just say nudie, Prince? I'm mishearing this, right? I am. Please tell me the 12-year-old little girls are not looking for nudes on the beach. I'm just going to move on from this.
Eat?
Rick's eyes widened like a dog hearing someone open a bag of kibble.
Yeah, no, I understand that reference.
I
That's
have not eaten
perfectly
in
accurate.
days.
Days?
Asked the
I mean, you
trio all
can.
at
It
once.
goes a couple, like 4 weeks before it really is an issue.
Oh, gosh.
Molly fumbled through her
Oh.
pockets.
That's when you died.
Let me see if I have some granola bars or something.
They
He
all
said
rummaged
treats,
through
not
their
meal.
stuff, but nobody had any
He's also dumb
snacks.
enough not to realize
Molly
the difference,
juggled
probably.
a little green tube of apple-flavored lip balm in her hands, and Rick
Ew.
pointed to it.
What is that? Is that the treat?
Huh? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
don't eat it. Don't eat it.
This was the prize.
Don't eat it.
I don't think you're supposed to eat it, though.
Oh, no, he's going to
Molly
eat it.
turned to Trixie.
You can't eat lip gloss, right?
I mean,
Technically, it's
candy
edible.
flavored. Maybe you can eat it?
It's non-poisonous, so you can actually have
but I'm no
consumed it with by
candy
accidental
doctor.
means, but...
Molly turned back to see Rick sprinting around the beach. He was scooping up armfuls of nudibranchs and tossing them back in the water at speeds even Trixie wasn't able to
Nudibranchs?
match. He was as gentle as possible with the nudibranchs, but he was clearly in a
Nudibranchs?
huge hurry. After a minute, he returned to the girls.
I have saved 60 of these strange creatures. Do I win? Am I the winner?
Oh, creatures. Okay, the nudibranch, or whatever that is. It's a creature. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I definitely knew that, and considering how aware this entire campaign is of words and what they sound like, there's no way in hell that wasn't intentional. Yeah. Jello knew what he did there. There's no way he didn't. Like, I give them a lot of credit because they know exactly what to do, and there's a lot of tight storytelling here, specifically for when people are stupid and how they're stupid in very believable ways based on the characterization and the entire aspect of words and how they're used and the thought put into how they're misinterpreted or intentionally interpreted mistakenly. So you have to be aware of words to do any of this, and he knew. Oh, God.
Do I get the winner's treat?
So again, this is lip balm.
Bite into it.
Wow! Feeding me a bomb! Wow, okay.
Rick shuddered with
He's
visible
willing to eat a
worry.
bomb.
Molly removed the cap and screwed the lip balm out to show him.
Balm.
No, a balm. Balm with an L.
Yeah.
It's like lip stuff that you put on your lips.
Well, some people pronounce it without the L.
Amazing!
It's weird.
Thank you!
Rick shouted, leaning forward and biting into the lip balm like it was a popsicle.
Bad!
He was crying again.
No, don't swallow that!
It is too late!
Oh, God, he ate it. And Molly just
All
committed
four of them
murder.
began shaking in fear. Was lip balm poisonous?
No.
They had no idea.
You put it on your lips, you're
Nika began
meant to
hurriedly
be able to
searching for the answer on her
consume
phone.
it accidentally.
Trixie was looking for literally anything in her backpack to eat, but all she had was some lint and her goopy purple potion.
What?
Is that a drink?
Rick asked.
No.
I've also had nothing to drink for the last 3
No.
days. Except for salt water. On a related note, I think I may be dying.
Probably. Don't drink salt water.
Okay,
Trixie sputtered.
so this has lemonade in it, but it's also got hot sauce. And it's been sitting in my backpack for 3 days.
I don't know what any of the...
I'm going to be completely honest here and say something that's going to be a little fucked up. Spicy drinks are good, and lemonade hot sauce. Yeah, that actually sounds like it could be good, depending on what kind of hot sauce she uses. Like, if it's going sheer capsaicin on this, no. But, you know, if it's a sweeter lemonade with a nice little kick, it's kind of like when you put cayenne pepper flakes in hot chocolate. It's actually really good. Like, seriously, I'm not even going to lie. When I'm really down, I begged my wife, like when I was down, I mean like sick down, and just like down on the bed, not moving. I was like, kill me. I got really nasty cold. It got better, obviously. Didn't help my humor, but that was already done to start with. And you put cayenne pepper flakes on really rich hot chocolate, it is so damn good. So as long as it's not like a sour lemonade, but it's more of a sweet lemonade with hot sauce in it, that shit really sounds good. I actually want that now. I actually legitimately, unironically want that right now. That sounds so good. I know someone's going to be like, oh God, that's disgusting. I'm like, no, seriously, it's good. More the chocolate and the cayenne pepper flakes, but it could also work with lemonade if it's sweet and not sour. That's the important part.
Those things are, and I will trust your judgment implicitly.
Rick smiled.
He's not going to like it, though. There's no way the joke's going to go that
self-awareness
way.
of a dog about to swallow a brownie.
No!
The Neo Trio shouted.
I've seen
Trixie
dogs do
snagged the
that.
bottle
It's a
back.
bad idea. Don't do it.
Potion of go away!
Ah, I see. So the pink one is a witch. Glad you warned me. Wouldn't want my insides to go
Which
away,
pink
now
one?
would I?
He started a big belly laugh that fired out in bursts like cannon rounds. It was energetic, but
He's an
entirely
over-the-top evil
mirthless
wizard
and
without
more than a
intending to.
little
Or
off-putting.
probably intending to.
He stopped laughing very suddenly like a puppet whose puppeteer had severed the strings.
Listen to me. We are friends, correct?
Maybe?
Molly answered.
Is that enough?
hesitantly.
Wonderful. In that case, please, my new friends, do not let me die.
Rick Shades fell face down on the ground and
Too late.
passed
You're already
out,
dead.
resuming his state as an unconscious body on the beach. The Nudibranchs flocked to his side to turn him into a hat, while the three little girls ran around like chickens, trying their best not to have a full-blown
Hat?
attack.
What the hell is a nudibranch that they're going to turn a dead body into a hat? Also, am I the only one thinking that looks like Giovanni kind of fucked up physically? Like, what the hell's going on up there? Okay, I think we just need to all agree right now, moving forward, that nudibranchs will never be simplified into any diminutive form of the word because, yeah, no. A bunch of little girls running around searching for nudies. Let's not do that. Just, no. Jello, I know what you did. I know you did that intentionally. I give you too much credit with words not to realize exactly what you did. Overall, though, I like this. I liked Ric Flair, how over the top he was, how you see that he's insane, he's ridiculous, he's so creepy. But, like, so creepy to the point where you realize he's not actually trying to be creepy, and that's just how he acts. And you kind of want... It's like a kicked puppy covered in, you know, capsaicin, and you want to touch him, but then it burns everything. But he's cute and adorable, but he got the capsaicin in his mouth, so he's in pain. You want to help him, and you try, but then you get capsaicin on you. It's a horrible, horrible capsaicin puppy. I literally have capsaicin stuck in my head because they mentioned the hot sauce lemonade. And now I have a really weird craving. Hey, it's good in chocolate. Still, though, just... this is good. So if you guys haven't already, I'm going to leave a link below to the original videos. Hit them up. And more importantly, hit up the Kickstarter, because when he hits 450K, episodes of Epithet Erased, an OVA episode, fully done. Hells yes, man. I want this. I really want this. So I'm just going to go and, yeah, support him on the Kickstarter because this is great. And also, I really want that book when it comes out. And maybe also the recording of the audio drama. And if we happen to get to the point where there's a, you know, OVA, oh, hell yes. But in the meantime, I just want to see if I can get in because I just think this is awesome. So when you're done, hit that up. After that, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.